You have been hearing about NHIS in Nigeria. It's called National Health Insurance Scheme. It's filled with fraud after fraud. And guess what? 99% of you don't even know what is called NHIS. If you are not if you are not a civil servant in Nigeria, you won't even know anything called NHIS. Well, because majority are too poor to even contribute towards it. No. So if the Minister of Health, Pate, I've been waiting, I've been reading my comments since, so nobody has told me that indeed they visited Nigeria for their health care. This is Pate. This is the guy. He's the minister. You have that privilege on this platform, because if I ask you to give me the names of Tinubu's ministers, majority of you can mention 10 of them. Yeah, majority of you can. And I don't blame you, because majority of their appointees, right, they are just there to fill in the blank or fill in the gap. All right? But that is Pate. This guy has been running, has been turning on what is, what you can call the ring lights. In his office, he makes videos every week talking about imaginary things that he's doing. And I expect to see people say, it is true. For example, right? They said that if you have heart problem or kidney problem, you are expected to be treated for free. That guy said it. How many of you know that? That if you have any kidney problem in Nigeria, just walk straight to any government hospital. You have to be treated for free. He said it. I read it somewhere on his platform, on his Twitter page. He said it. He said that if you want to have, if you are having a child, right? This is for women, all right? That if you're having a child, just goes to any government hospital. They will deliver you your baby free of charge. So this is something that you can relate with, Abi. This is something that a lot of you can say, well, it is true. I'm not even talking about this. Look at it. You have any heart problems, or you want to have a child, pregnant women, they can walk straight to government hospital and deliver their babies for free. You have heart problems, you can walk straight to government hospital and you'll be treated for free. Now, you see, these are two very crucial kind of medical procedures, right? Now, there must have been people who will say, it is true. Do you understand? Right? So he said that their own renewed Shege's health, all right, is currently fitting. It's so good, by the way, it is so good that people are now traveling from the UK and the US. Now, waiting caught my own attention with that. I said, wow. My own friends, their brother, traveled to Nigeria. He's never been to Nigeria for more than 19 years. He's been in the UK. I mean, you can all understand what or how long it takes, right, to possibly get yourself regularized in the UK. It usually takes a while. It's different now, they are kind of giving some of you the Jamaican treatments now, right? The Windrush treatments. Come here and bring your dependents and you can become a British citizen within 6 years. This Egbo was in this country for 19 years. He never traveled to Nigeria. Then, okay, yeah, he got sorted. It's kind of like legal, and finally he decided to go to Nigeria. This story is a story of last year. It's not like years ago, just last year. I'm talking about last year, August. This Egbo traveled to Nigeria. Somehow, he failed to take that particular injection that you kind of have to take, prevent yourself from, malaria and some other shock, right? So what happened? He felt unwell. And then Rather than for him to quickly pack his bag and run away from that place, they took him to the chemist. I heard. Oh. So when they took him to a chemist, they diagnosed him and said, maybe it is malaria. I think they gave him something. He wasn't feeling great. So he went to the government hospital where they were supposed to carry out tests, right? And they did carried out their tests. And their diagnosis was that it was malaria. And it may not be. So they started the treatment for malaria. The following night, things got really bad when he started shaking. He was cold, shivering, and all that. And at that point, they felt like it would be ideal for him to change his ticket and return back to the UK. That brother died before 6 a.m. that morning. Just like that. Just like that. He died. So one of the problems of the medical system in Nigeria is wrong diagnosis. It happened even to someone who was kind of like well-to-do. Do you know how they killed the likes of Gani Faweyimi? How Faweyimi died? How Barrister, that same Barrister, how he died? Wrong diagnosis. Imagine being treated for something that you probably didn't even have, while something that you are suffering from is never detected. True story. True story. Yeah, Gani died here. Barrister died here. Did you know that they were diagnosed of something different in that contraption? And they were spending money treating that. Only for them to come down to the UK and the proper diagnosis was done and said, well, this is what you're suffering from, but it was too late. They couldn't be saved. Just wait it out and die. So if the healthcare has improved so much, how come Kolu and his own wife and possibly their own family, their children, they don't use your medical service in that contraption? They are supposed to be the ambassador. Imagine your president, let's say Tinubu, uses Abuja National Hospital. Even the Old Rock Hospital that they spend billions upon billions every year. They don't get paracetamol, by the way, according to Aisha. Ashishe Bukwari told us one time ago that there was no syringe and there was not a single paracetamol in the Old Rock clinic. And this is a clinic that Bukwari spent 3.8 billion naira averagely every year. So what can they use them? Because he didn't use it. He's always in the UK. Ashishe herself was always in the UK. Right? So the number one ambassador of an improved healthcare should be your politicians. This is how evil they are. Your politicians, from your governors, their families, to your lawmakers, to your president, his family, they are supposed to be those patronizing your health institutions to instill confidence in you. I say, the last person that was a president that really never traveled abroad for medical care. There were two, though. Obasanjo and Jonathan. Those were the only two presidents in the recent times. The only two presidents of that contraption that never ever used outside the medical medical what do you call it, healthcare. Throughout Jonathan's 5 years, he was always in Nigeria. You know that. Throughout Obasanjo's 8 years, he was always using Nigeria medical facility. You know. So whatever Pate is talking about, because Kolu is currently in France, which simply means that he is there. Some say he's there to recharge. So if your healthcare is that good and great, why is Kolu in France? You see grown up men, lying up at the airport, waving, Baba, bye bye you, Baba, bye bye you, bye bye yo. They said Tifnubu is going to France for private visits. But we all know why he's going to France. At least in part we do. Right? Somebody said that they don't believe that Pate said that. Maybe it was quoted out of context. Bro. You are not following that guy. If you are following his social media pages, sometimes you probably would be, either you are going to get so angry, especially with what happened. I'm so sorry about what happened to your wife, okay? You know, wrong diagnosis, wrong prescription. There are many, many victims of that in Nigeria. Many, many. Here you get. But don't ever think it was quoted out of context. If you go to his social media pages, Pate, you will think, there must be so much going on in the Nigeria healthcare. I swear. So you get mad, you get angry, especially if you are living in Nigeria and you have been a victim of that system. You probably will be more madder. I mean, if you have been a victim, or anybody close to you has been a victim in the recent time, right? You become madder listening to that guy. He was in Davos, Switzerland, 2 weeks or so ago. And he was telling them about how much they have turned around the healthcare in Nigeria. There are people, millions of people have now been put on NHIS and the medical system, blah, blah. You know, if you heard, I mean, I played the video on this platform. I did. For people who are not living in Nigeria, there's a chance, you know, there are people who actually really want their contraption to work. And if you listen to these rogues, these criminals, political jobbers in governments, when they all this their flowery talks, right? All this word salad. If you are not living in Nigeria and you are hoping that, I wish that country just worked fine. Seriously, you will be sold. Yeah. Like when you hear all the nice things that they say, right? Automatically, it will be like, oh my God, like if what this guy is saying is true, this is a wonderful idea. This is a great idea. But go on and verify. Go onto the system and check it out. And that is where your outbreak is waiting for you. That is where your anger and rage is expected to triple or quadruple. They do that without blinking. They say things that people just want to hear without any remorse. They have no shame whatsoever to say, but that's not what you told us. That's who they are. That is why they can't be trusted for real. When they are hyping any of themselves online, pay attention. These are always paid gigs. If you see them hailing and then, let me tell you some of the people they hail within Tifnubu's illegitimate government. Wiki. Don't think that everything you are reading about Wiki suddenly, he's reshaping Abuja. These are paid gigs. So by the time you get to that Abuja, that's when you are going to realize that it is either they are doing a patch road, or they are doing a 2-3 kilometer streets, roads and all of that, and then they are making it look pretty much like, oh my God, it's all paid gigs. Another guy that is also paying very well to influencers on social media is Olubunmi Ojo. You see that guy? That guy that brought the idea of passport renewal, just go onto an app, take pictures, do all of that. That fancy idea, right? Oh, if you come to Nigeria, the airports and all that stuff, right? So you see, there are many of them like that. Not many though, because they don't really have anything to show per se, right? If you did hear them, they talk about Rebadumbu. These are paid gigs on social media. They pay influencers to push all these narratives. So now when you can't set your eyes on the oven and you see the reality, that's when you'll be like, God damn it, man. This is not what they told us now. How come this one is not like, I'm saying this to you because I know them better. You understand? That's why they will always turn it into a fight. If you dare try to probe them further. Sometimes they say things, they want you to swallow it. They don't want you to ask any further question. If you ask any further question, they will begin to throw a fist. Yeah, they will begin to get mad because we just told you, how come you don't want to believe what we just said? Oh, no, I'm trying to believe what you said. I'm just asking questions. Can you tell me this or that? Because they are not prepared for it, they will turn it into a fight or begin to gaslight you. Like, you just don't want this country to be great, eh? I don't know why you hate this country. No, I'm asking questions. It's not about the people that hate Nigeria are the criminals that you call your politicians. They are those who hate Nigeria. My like or love or hate for the contraption has no bearing. It got no effect. Those, it's like saying, I hate UK or I don't like America. It doesn't count. There are those who are responsible for the day-to-day running of this country. Their job is to keep the country running and efficiently, right? Whether you like this country or you don't like this country, that's your own cup of tea. If you do anything wrong, the system will catch up with you and they will deal with you. Do you understand? If somebody don't like Nigeria or they love Nigeria, it doesn't count for anything. The real hater of Nigeria are those who are saddled with the responsibility of running the country and running it efficiently, but they have chosen otherwise. And then you have a shithole. Is it because you don't, I don't know, you don't like, I say, okay, what about you? You like Nigeria. How come you love Nigeria, Abi? How come your love has not turned the whole place around? Because love or hate doesn't fix a country. The real haters of the country are those who are responsible for fixing it, but they choose otherwise. So they'll gaslight you, they begin to gaslight you, make you feel responsible for why they have no power, they have no infrastructure, they have no security. And corruption is like second nature or maybe first nature. Similarly, with a wiki who went to visit Solomon Kinde Ibadan, they said Solomon Kinde Ibadan lost his elder brother, okay, and he's in Abuja. So with a wiki who happened to be his ally, they are all within their G-string, they are like the G-string governors, by the way, right? So Solomon Kinde Ibadan is in Abuja, and with a wiki visited him with other jobless, rogues in his camp, including Autumn of Benue. Remember him? As well as the one that the obedient destroyed is, is supposedly established business, political business in Abuja, Aduda, who is now walking about, going everywhere with a wiki like his PA. Anyway, they went there, and on their way out, that was when Wiki said, Tinubu loves Nigeria so much that all it needs from you